Hi. When we think about immigration, we often think it's a modern issue, but the truth is the Bible is full of immigrants, men and women who left their homes, who crossed borders, who lived in foreign lands, who struggled with identity, language, rejection, and uncertainty. Let's talk about a few immigrants in the Bible, starting with Abraham. Abraham is one of the most important figures in the Bible. And what was the first thing God asked him to do? Leave. Leave your country, leave your people, leave your father's house, and go to a land I will show you. God didn't even give him the full address. Abraham became a foreigner in Canaan. He lived in tents. He didn't immediately own the land. He was surrounded by people who were not his own. He was an immigrant by faith. If you've ever felt like you're walking into the unknown with only hope, you understand Abraham. And then there was Joseph. Joseph didn't choose to leave home. He was sold by his brothers and taken to Egypt as a slave. New country, new language, new culture, no family. He experienced injustice, false accusations in prison. But Joseph didn't let bitterness define him. In a foreign land, he rose to leadership. He became second in command in Egypt. His immigration story began with betrayal, but it ended with purpose. Maybe your journey didn't start how you wanted. Maybe you left your home because of war, poverty, natural disaster, or any form of crisis. Joseph's story should remind you this. Where you start doesn't determine where you finish. Let's talk about Ruth. Ruth was a Moabite woman. When her husband died, she chose to leave her homeland and move to Bethlehem with her mother-in-law, Naomi. She said something powerful. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Ruth was a foreign widow, one of the most vulnerable positions in ancient society. She worked in the fields picking up leftover grain just to survive. She could have faced discrimination. She could have been rejected. Instead, she became the great-grandmother of King David and eventually part of the lineage of Jesus. An immigrant woman became part of God's redemption story. Never underestimate what God can do through someone who feels like an outsider. And then there was Moses, the man between two cultures. Moses had a complicated identity, born Hebrew, raised Egyptian. He lived between two cultures. Later, he fled Egypt and lived as a foreigner in Midian for 40 years, 40 solid years. Sometimes we talk about immigration like it's a short season. For Moses, it was decades. He knew what it felt like not to fully belong anywhere. And yet, God used him to lead an entire nation to freedom. If you feel caught between two cultures, if you feel like you don't fully belong in either place, remember, you are uniquely positioned. Finally, let's talk about Jesus, the refugee child. Jesus experienced forced migration. When King Herod tried to kill him as a baby, his family fled to Egypt. He was a refugee child. The Son of God entered the world through displacement. Let that sink in. The Bible is not a book of comfortable, stationary people. It's a book of movers, travelers, exiles, foreigners, and again, God met them in unfamiliar places. If you're an immigrant today, you are walking a path many heroes of faith have walked. And I'll leave you with Isaiah 41:10. Do not fear, for I am with you, says the Lord.